The Light Between Us. Chapter 1, A Chance Encounter. Emma Clark never expected to meet someone like Lucas Bennett on a rainy autumn day in New York. She was rushing through the crowded streets, umbrella barely shielding her from the relentless downpour, when she collided with a tall man carrying a stack of books. "Sorry," she exclaimed, dropping her coffee. "No worries," Lucas smiled, helping her pick up the scattered papers. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the noise of the city faded away. Chapter 2, Sparks in the Storm. Lucas was a photographer, wandering the city in search of moments to capture. Emma was a writer, struggling with her first novel. They found themselves drawn together by shared dreams and late-night conversations over coffee and jazz music. Every meeting was filled with laughter, debates about art, and stolen glances. Their friendship blossomed into something more, soft, tentative, and thrilling. Chapter 3, Hidden Wounds. But beneath Lucas's easy smile was a heart carrying old scars. Years ago, he had lost someone precious and had built walls around himself. Emma, too, was hesitant, afraid that opening her heart would leave her vulnerable. Yet, with every passing day, they chipped away at each other's defenses. Chapter 4, The Confession. One chilly evening on the Brooklyn Bridge, Lucas finally confessed. "I've never met anyone who makes me feel alive like you do." Emma's heart raced. "I'm scared," she whispered. "But I want to try, with you." They held hands, knowing this was the beginning of something real. Chapter 5, Trials and Distance. Just as their love grew stronger, Lucas received an offer to work on a photography project in Paris. The opportunity was too good to pass, but it meant months apart. They promised to stay connected, but distance tested their bond. Misunderstandings and loneliness crept in. Chapter 6, The Turning Point. Emma's novel was published to critical acclaim, but her heart ached. One rainy night, she visited a small gallery where Lucas's photographs were displayed. Seeing his work, feeling his presence in every image, she realized how much she missed him. They met again under the Parisian rain, their love reignited. Chapter 7, Building a Future. Returning to New York together, they faced challenges but grew stronger. They learned that love required patience, trust, and courage. Together, they created a life filled with creativity, passion, and unwavering support. Epilogue, The Life That Lasts. Years later, Emma and Lucas sat in their sunlit studio, surrounded by books and photographs. Their love had weathered storms, distances, and fears. And as they looked into each other's eyes, they knew they had found the light that would guide them forever. There was something about the soft powder of raindrops against windows that made her feel calm and reflective. One rainy afternoon in London, she dashed into a small cafe to escape the storm. The cafe was warm and smelled of freshly brewed coffee and cinnamon pastries. She found a corner table by the window and pulled out her journal. As she sipped her tea, the door opened and a young man hurried in, shaking raindrops from his coat. Their eyes met, and Sophia felt a strange flutter in her chest. "Is this seat taken?" he asked with a shy smile. "Not at all," she replied, closing her journal. His name was Ethan, a writer struggling with a difficult novel. They soon found themselves sharing stories, dreams, and laughter as the rain poured outside. Chapter 2, The Spark Between Them. Days turned into weeks, and Sophia and Ethan met often at the cafe. They wandered through London's cobbled streets, talked under the stars by the Thames, and found comfort in each other's company. Ethan admired Sophia's passion for art, while Sophia was captivated by Ethan's sensitive soul. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, and their friendship deepened. One evening, As they stood beneath a flickering street lamp, Ethan took Sophia's hand. "I think I'm falling for you," he confessed. Sophia's heart raced. "I feel the same." Chapter 3, Challenges Arise. But love is never without obstacles. Sophia was offered an opportunity to study art in Paris for a year. It was her dream, but leaving Ethan behind felt like breaking her heart. Ethan, too, faced a career crossroads, torn between staying in London and supporting Sophia or pursuing a publishing deal in New York. They promised to stay connected, but distance tested their bond. Chapter 4, Letters Across the Sea. During the months apart, they wrote letters. Long, heartfelt letters that kept their love alive. Sophia painted in her studio overlooking Montmartre, imagining Ethan's smile with every brushstroke. Ethan walked the busy streets of New York, carrying Sophia's letters in his coat pocket. Though miles apart, their hearts beat as one. Chapter 5, Reunion. A year later, Sophia returned to London. They met again at the same cafe where it all began. Their embrace was tender, filled with the weight of longing and the joy of reunion. Ethan said, "Distance made me realize that you are my home." Sophia smiled, tears glistening in her eyes. "And you are mine." Chapter 6, Building a Life Together. Together, they navigated new challenges, careers, family, fears, but always with love as their foundation. Ethan published his novel, dedicating it to Sophia, his muse. Sophia held her first solo art exhibition, inspired by their journey. Epilogue, Forever in the Rain. Years later, they sat in their cozy home as rain gently fell outside. Sophia traced patterns on Ethan's hand. "I never want to be apart again." He kissed her forehead. "Neither do I." And as the rain whispered against the window, their hearts whispered promises of forever.